So what I'd like to see is, and I would definitely like to see more engagement from the owners with people like yourselves and with the supporters trust and everybody, because that's, clearly the forcing of the sale of the shares was, I thought, was unnecessary and wasn't really what Arsenal have been over the years. So I would like to see more engagement and a closer relationship and obvious interest from Josh Kroenke with the fans.
I'm wondering how you see football changing for good or for bad, perhaps in the next 12, 18 months. I mean, can it continue in the same format it is, or are we going to need to adjust to a different sort of league setup?
Well, I'm most fascinated by all you men and women who are obviously paying, as we know, the highest prices in the land, and everyone's gone through a tough time financially. Are really Arsenal expecting everybody to stump up exactly the same price for next season? That is, as long as you can all go, because I can't see how, as things stand, you can have 60,000 at the Emirates in, let's call it the 1st of September, for argument's sake. So that is going to be absolutely fascinating. Is this going to be a wake-up call for football clubs to stop taking their fans for granted? Because they've taken you for granted. There's no question about that. I mean, you're the classic example, aren't you, as Arsenal fans, with the prices you paid and constantly being told, oh, it's jammed tomorrow, it's jammed tomorrow. Well, Ivan Gazidis kept telling you that, didn't he? Oh, it'll all come good, don't worry about it. I felt a bit sorry for Arsenal because they hitched their wagon to, financial fair play, and then the goalposts were moved. So I think, Drew, that is, for me, the biggest thing is how many fans are going to be allowed in, and are they really expecting that everybody will be willing to pay the prices they have been?
Yeah, I mean, we had a question in the chat from John, and he'd asked, he'd heard that the government want next season to start in August with full attendance. I mean,
well, I don't see how you can do that without a vaccine myself.
No, I mean that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, I know obviously lots of you will sit together as friends, but some of you won't always sit next to people like you might be the end of a row, or you've swapped tickets with somebody. So you may well sit next to somebody you don't know, and with the best one in the world, you might have driven there, but quite a lot of you have gone by train and maybe by tube. Do you really want to do all that? I mean, does that not feel maybe quite a risk to your own health, particularly if you have had health problems?
Yeah, no, I think
it feels quite a big mental jump for me. That does. In everything, obviously not just football, in the theatre, in sport, in the cinema, and all of it.
So in that case, I mean, do we think television's role, particularly television, but also I guess other broadcast media like radio, does that change if fans aren't allowed back into the grounds until, say, the spring?
Well, clearly that might have to. But the interesting thing for me, that is, and obviously Arsenal are amongst this, all those owned by Americans, Arsenal, Man U, Liverpool, particularly. Of course, if in America you can watch your team in every game. I think I'm right in saying whatever the sport is. Obviously, America's massive, so people aren't going to be travelling in the way that we are. But I'm sure that's what American owners want. They want to say to you, Drew, do you really want to go to Newcastle today? You just sit, it's a Tuesday night for argument's sake, you can sit in your chair and watch it. There's nothing to do with Sky or BT. You pay your season ticket to Arsenal and you can watch it that way. So I'm curious to know whether, if we can't have the numbers and the crowds that we've had up till now because of COVID reasons, whether that might just encourage those owners to try and drive this through. Now, the big part of that is still you need 2/3 of the clubs to sanction it. And that's what's kept the Premier League with its collective bargaining strength over all these years. Because obviously in Spain, Real Madrid and Barcelona, you can do all that. So you can watch every single game wherever you are. But I'm curious to know that if we can't have the crowds in there, whether this is a chance for those owners to maybe drive through, a bit of a Trojan horse when it comes to that.